Isaac Assa, shalom.
Shalom, Yoni. Thank you for having me here
Thank
today.
you for coming. You're the president and founder of Elan, the Israel Latin America Network. And first of all, I'd like to talk to you about what we're seeing now in the pictures on the screen, the mural in the Ben Gurion airport. Tell us about what we're seeing and also about the message, the significance.
Thank you. Yes, of course. First of all, this was a dream. I believe that this dream, it didn't came from this head, it came from way above. To have a mural, a picture that describes the 4,000-year history of the Jewish people. From Abraham Avinu to today and everything that happened is a 4,000-year family album of our history. It's nothing like this ever created in the world, in the life, not only for us, for no other country or people in the life.
Why is it so important? Because we sometimes forget?
I tell you something, I think that it's very important for people to have identity. If you don't have identity, you don't have nothing. And also it's important for people, not only for Israelis or Jewish people, also for people from all over the world that come to Israel, that understand that our connection to this land is for more than 3,000 years, not 75 years, for more than 3,000 years. And it's no better way to make a friend with somebody before you need to know him and understand their story.
That's why it's located really in the airport as people come into Israel.
Yes, people come into Israel and they can come and they can see the story of the Jewish people, the story of Israel, and that they can understand and they can show who we are.
Wow, very impressive. And this is, as we said, is part of what you're doing at Elan, the Israel Latin America Network. Tell us a bit about this important organization.
Sure. This organization started 6 years ago. I personally believe that the relation with the Latin American countries and with the Latinos in the United States are extremely important and strategic also for Israel. And this is an area that for many years was not taken care of, and that's why we started the organization. So we strengthen the relation with the Latin American countries and with the Latinos in the United States through innovation.
Really, regarding the countries, what's the situation today?
Well, I think it's a lot of opportunity, I will say, because we're never there before. And now that we are coming, and we are coming in a way to help, you need to understand that Latin American countries are basically countries in development with a lot of poverty. So for them to have innovation is extremely important because this is the way that they are going to come up. This is the way that they can develop as economies and for the better of the people.
And as you mentioned, your activity is divided into two, the countries and the Latinos, so many Latinos in the United States. Tell us about that part of your work.
Well, you know, the Latinos in the United States are today 60 million, but is the biggest growing population in the United States. So in 20 years, it'll be 1 of every 3 Americans is Latino. Very important, and also they're taking now very important in politics in every part of the community. So it's important to be with them.
And really for years, Israelis looking at United States said, there are the evangelicals, the Christians, we have to work there. They love Israel, they love the Bible. And you're saying, guys, there are these Latinos, so many, and there's a potential of a good connection?
Very, very important. It is a potential. Today is an organization, for example, called the Latino Coalition. It's like the APAC of the Latinos in America. And I am the only member of their board that is Jewish. Only one. Very important organization, and like this we make connection with all of them and we strengthen the relation through innovation. I am planning next year to bring a delegation of Latinos of the US universities for the first time. You know, this is strategic.
By the way, this might not be strategic or tactical, but the character. You know, the Israeli character and the Latino character, there are some resemblance, right?
A lot of resemblance, you know, because I tell you one thing that the Latino like is to enjoy life, like the Israelis. They like the good music, they like the good food. So it's a lot of resemblance. And by the way, I have to say something important, that the Latinos, they are not anti-Semitic. You know, you see today a lot of anti-Semitism in the United States, but it's not with the Latinos. So the Latinos are good people. They should be our strongest and most important, partners in the United States.
So you're here in Israel. It's not only for this important and special mural. You're here with a delegation. Tell us about the delegation and who you're meeting.
So the delegation that we bring this time to Israel, we do that continuously all the time. Now we are with a delegation of about 60 people. They are students from different universities in Latin America, as well as politicians from Mexico and Central and South America that come, together to see Israel, to see what innovation has to offer. And, we had meetings in the Knesset, and it was very, very good.
So what is your message, and we'll end with this, to the Israeli politicians, to the government, about connecting, about strengthening the connections with the countries and the people? What can you tell us? What do you want them to do now to make things different?
Latin American countries and the Latinos in the United States are important and strategic. And this is time for Israel to take a step forward and make strong connection, and we'll do it together with Elan. This is the message.
And so far, is this message being conveyed?
Yes, I'm very surprised. I had a meeting yesterday with the President Herzog, and I was very much surprised to see how well he understands not only the importance of the relations with Latin America, but he understands every country, where we are in the relations with them. So this is very important to now go and strengthen, and it's a good opportunity to strengthen the relation with all these countries and with the Latinos in the United States.
Okay, Isaac Assa, President and founder of Elan, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me here.